on what I've learned so far. Man, what the hell? I think I can. What I've learned so far, and I'm not perfect yet, but let's do Google Maps. How I deliver packages. Here's the post office I work at. Now, I think I can do a marker, right? Hopefully. If I can mark it, that'd be great. Okay, so here's the post office. As you can see my mouse. Oh, what the hell, did I lose it? Alright. It's freaking here. I know it is. Right here. So I typically do routes 8, 9, 6, and 7. So here's my typical route I typically do. Now, where is my ability to mark things? Well, what I'll do then is I'll hit this, and then full screen snip, and then I will, here we go. Alright, so this street here, all the way down, including this, this, of course this, and this, and this, and then boom to here, up there of course, up there of course, up there of course, up here, up here, up here, and then to here, to here, to here, up there, and this is just 2 routes. Boom, boom, and then boom, 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 boom. You get my point. And boom, that goes there, that goes there, and then boom across to here, and then boom up to here for 2 routes. I'll do a demonstration. This is 2 routes here. Boom, 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 and then, yeah, for some reason they do this right here, 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 and then here's a street here, and there's a cut across. That's 2 routes right here. So what I typically do is I get out of the office, I come up here, and then I will get my packages. Boom, I think I'm actually at this one. Nope, I'm on this one. And then I go here. And then I'll take this right turn. I'll dump those, go back, and then I'll take this, go back, go here, and then I'll go up, and then I'll skip a street. I won't go down this one. I'll go down this one. And then I'll go up, and then I'll go up, and then I'm taking another right turn, and then I'm skipping another street, and I'm going down this one, and then I'm going up this one, and then I'm going up this one. And then boom, I go all the way here, I skip, VZ, I go down this, I go all the way down this, boom. And now I go take another right turn, now I'm going up VZ, right? Right up here, all the way up, Frederick, and then boom, I'm on Houghton, taking another right-hand turn, boom, another right-hand turn, boom. As you can see, what I'm doing, I'm going down straight lines, and I'm making right-hand turns doing it this way, trying to go down straight lines. I think that really makes it efficient of sweeping the area. Just going down straight streets. Like you can do it this way too. Boom, going up here, boom, boom, going down, boom, boom, boom. This has a light, so not a big deal. Go up, boom, take a right-hand turn, and go straight across. Up, boom, 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 boom. I think that works pretty good. I put everything in order, and once you know the area, it works out pretty good that way. So you like doing deliveries that have a lot of straight streets, because then you can just go down the straight street. Like if you have a street that's a major street going up like this, and then a lot of streets going off, then what you do is you go up, boom, take a right-hand turn, 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 U-turn, right-hand turn, 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 go down. Saving a lot of time by minimizing the left-hand turns. I know I didn't invent it, but straight lines, minimizing left-hand turns, going straight down the street seem to be pretty smooth. If you have the truck loaded in order by street, and you got the order of the street loaded in the truck that way, then you always have the packages ready, and you bring them forward as you go, and then they're right beside you, and then you just, boom, you get into a flow, and you're just going straight down the streets. I think that's even faster. You know, some people will just follow the route as if they would deliver the mail to deliver packages when they're doing routes. You know, that can work too. But sometimes those two routes, it's two routes, but you see how both of those routes kind of work together. So then you can combine both the routes together, because this is Route 8 pretty much. All right. Right here, and this is Route 8, pretty much where I'm just circling right here. And Route 9 is pretty much this right here. But yeah, they work perfect together because the streets that run parallel, major big streets, are connected by straight lines going up. So when it comes to delivering the packages, it's just straight lines, like a grid. You know what I mean? That's a good route to be on. It's just straight lines. Now, one thing that I've learned from experience is I like to dump the packages, the boxes, and then deliver the mail. But definitely don't get too far ahead. Stay to the loop that you're on, and on the way to the parking point, deliver the boxes, and then carry whatever you can and deliver as you're delivering the mail. I made the mistake of like going like 3 loops ahead delivering packages, and I lost time doing that way, thinking it's faster when it isn't. It's not faster doing it that way. So yeah, keep it to the loop. Now, if you're doing a U-turn or something and you're driving on another street to get back to something and you see that you have packages, yeah, that makes sense. Then deliver the package. Don't pass a deliver point. But yeah, keep it to the loop. Don't get too far ahead thinking you're doing yourself a favor. Secondly, dismounting, I'm realizing, is slower than walking. I smoothly did a route yesterday, and then I slowed down late. I only had a little bit left, but it got slower. It's because then I got to a dismount point. Everything else I walked, and it was smooth. I went right through it. Then when I got to the dismount point, thinking it was going to be faster, and it actually wasn't. It makes sense. You're starting the vehicle, you're parking it, you're locking it, you're unseatbelting yourself, you're seatbelting yourself, you're grabbing the mail. That takes time per stop. Now, if you're walking the route, you can finger the mail and have the mail ready in hand by the time you get to the mailbox. And then it takes a second to put it in the box. And then, boom, you go to the next box, you're ready. And then, boom, you go down, you're ready for the next by the time you get it. That is actually faster than seatbelting, starting a vehicle. And the only time then you're being slower is if you can't find the box. Some people have peculiar places to put a mailbox. Hide and go seek with the mailbox. That kills time. But yeah, it's faster to walk routes sometimes, especially like I was on a route. I wasn't ever on it before, but I've delivered packages on that route. I've delivered packages on this route, and it's a lot of tight turns, and it takes time to do like freaking 10-point turns to turn around on these things, and it's a hill and there's a lot of ice. So I'm like, screw that. Screw that. Okay, satellite. Like this area here. Okay, here we go. Like this here. This is all hill, and it's all ice. Dead end streets. It's really skinny. So I did this loop here. I walk this right here. I walk this right here. Boom. I walk this right here. Boom. And then boom. I knock this section out. I walked this section. Came back down. Boom. I walked this. Now, I probably could have drove this, but it's still a very tight little here. It's icy and skinny, so I walked the freaking thing. And then, boom, I parked right here because this is all ice, you know, there's no traction on the freaking road, so you're gonna get stuck and you're gonna slide. Same here. This is a hill. So what I did is I parked here. I grabbed the DPS. Boom. I did that loop. I walked that loop. Then a boom, boom, and then boom, and then right there. I just walked it, and it didn't take long. It didn't take long at all. It just was quicker because I didn't have to do all those 3-point turns, get stuck or whatever, and I just walked it. It was simple. And then here I have another section that I walked. It's a hill. It's a pain in the ass. You don't want to get stuck on this one either. So I walked this. I parked right here. And then I walked that, I walked that, I walked that. Boom, 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 boom. Rather than drive it all up there and get stuck and have to, right here, and the post office has a note that says, you know, you get caught backing up for a missed delivery, administrative action can be applied, even if you don't get into an accident. Well, here you'd have no choice but to back up. It's a freaking dead end, so just walk it. It's faster. And then, boom. Then I parked here. And then, boom, I walked that part, and then I drove up. And then I went up Furnace. Bam, bam. And then I went up here. I went up down here following the mail. Oak here is cut off here, so that's a little bit of a pain in the ass. But yeah, this became the section for the dismounts, just going right down Lyman here and going down Ivory. And believe it or not, that slowed me down. This is the slowest part, is the dismounts. Going down here, going down Gunther, then going down here to Gattuso. These are all dismounts. And boom. And then going down Dean, that's all dismounts. And it was considerably slower doing all these dismounts than all of this, which I walked. This Walnut to State here. Francis, Furnace. I walked all that. And then I walked all this. And I walked this Main Street section here. Boom, going down to Grimes here. I walked all that. And boom, smoothly went through the whole thing. And then went to Richmond up here. Boom, went down there. I walked that because that's another skinny ice road. Don't want to get stuck. What? Hold on. Grimes, and then there's a Robinson up here, somewhere abouts here. That's right. There's Grimes. I did that. And now, friggin' A, where the hell is it? There's this little friggin' road. That's, yeah, this one right here, I think. Yeah, Charles Street right here. No turnaround availability here. So, I walked it. It was quicker because each time I got to the address, I made sure that I had the mail ready. And so dismounting it was not faster. It was actually smoother to walk it. So I'm learning that really dismounting all the time is not always the best option, even if there is considerable space. You just want to control your deadheading. But yeah, dismounting, that dismount section actually took a lot longer than walking. It just, yeah, I was smooth up until that very last part. I only had like 2 inches of mail left, but it seemed like it took forever, those dismounts. It was a pain in the ass. It got dark, but yeah, up until that point, man, it was smooth. I just walking the loops. The only time it didn't get smooth is when I couldn't know where the freaking mailboxes were, and I'm walking around the buildings because, you know, they either have them in the back or, you know, it's a time killer. When you're new to a route, you don't know where the mailboxes are. It really does kill your time sometimes. So, yeah, that's what I'm learning. That's what I learned. Try to carry, definitely case the spurs that are caseable. And then the spurs that you can't case, if you can carry them in your satchel and deliver them while you're delivering the mail, and then keeping the boxes to your loop, you'll save time. And try to set up, if you make a mistake, you can deliver it on your way back to the office. So then you're not, you know, you make use of a mistake that way. Then if you make a mistake, well, you're going back past that anyways, because you're delivering usually closest to the office going away, and then you're going to head back anyway. So then when you're heading back, you can make use of the delivery then when you're heading back to the office anyway, right? And you're not going to make too many mistakes that way. So then you might only have 1 or 2 packages you're dropping off. So then you're saving some time on a mistake. I made a mistake yesterday. It wasn't the biggest one, but I did the flats and there wasn't the DPS for that loop. So then when I looked down further on the DPS, what I did was I saw the State Street address, right? And I assumed that State Street, when I was on Walnut, was the start of the State Street loop. But actually, it was just a one house for State Street. And then it continued onto Walnut. It wasn't the start of the loop of State, which I assumed. So the way to fix that issue, other than knowing the route, is just look a little further down the DPS. Don't just take at face value. Go beyond a little bit. And then you would see, then I would have seen, oh, okay, it's continuing on the Walnut. Okay. Then I would have grabbed it. So I didn't. I saw that State, I stopped grabbing, and I went. And then when I went beyond that State, I realized that, geez, I still have Walnut to do. So then I had to walk that little bit. It wasn't the biggest loop to walk, but it definitely was doing that loop twice. You know, so that's a time killer. When you make that mistake, easy way is to look past and see it. Then you're guaranteed to learn from that mistake, because sometimes on a loop you have a different road that just has one mailbox and then it continues on whenever there's a road that connects to that loop. And you're just not happening to go down that road yet. So that is something that can cost you some time on reading the mail and grabbing not enough, and then having to go back and deliver again, doing that loop twice. So that's definitely something that's happened a few times to me, and it sucks when that happens. It's not the end of the world. You just deliver the mail, but definitely can cost you some time. So learning to be better that way. As you get experience doing the mail, you get better doing the mail. It's one of those things, I think, is you just get better by doing it. So don't be too hard on yourself. Look at what you can improve on and look at what you did good at and just do better the next time. And you will get good. You just got to keep doing it. And being a CCA that's new, you're going to be on a lot of routes that you've probably never really been on. And then also, you're probably not going to be on a lot of routes regularly in some offices. So then you're always on another route, and you're always learning another route. And veterans on routes, they have the benefit of knowing the route by heart, you know. They know where all the loops are off the top of their head. They know how the address looks like to the number because they've done it for years. When you're delivering packages and you look at the address and you know where it is and how it looks like, you save time because you know exactly how it looks like. You're not reading the numbers going up to it. You can go right to it because you know that address. You remember it. You know, so therefore it's quicker that way, right? You don't have to really read the DPS because you've been doing it for years. You know all the loops off the top of your head. You don't need a route description. So you can just grab and go. That saves a lot of time because they're not fingering through the mail and grabbing what they think. They just know it. And they go and they do it. And that saves. They're saving time because they know where every mailbox is. They know exactly the optimal route to each mailbox. That saves a lot of time. So they have all that stuff. And they can remember all the micro behaviors that are going to help them save even more time that a new person isn't really going to know yet. So therefore, don't be too hard on yourself. As you get to know a route, the more you do it, the more you remember it, the better you get by doing it. So hang in there. You might not be perfect, but you'll get better. The more reps you get, the better you get. You get to realize that, fingering the mail and having the mail ready by the time you get to the next address is huge. That saves. Don't try to do one piece at a time. Finger through the whole address, then put it in. Don't do one at a time, too. You might not think it's a big deal, but actually that adds up. So therefore, that saves a lot of time. And so, dismounting. I mean, of course, driving routes that are boxed on posts, I would say those are fast routes. Especially even if it is an EDDM day. Well, then you pretty much know you're stopping at every box. Then you don't have to, you know what I mean? It's holding the mail while you're driving, as long as it's not too much, save some time on driving box on posts. And then, I don't know. As long as you're not fingering while driving, don't finger while you drive, get caught doing that. So, pretty much. Small stuff like that adds up to time and good cleats in the winter. I wear cleats, and I bought another coat that's really a good coat, and it changes the way that my hands handle the cold. My hands are better in the cold with my nice warm coat that I bought. So if you're prepared, wear thermals. It's been like 5 degrees and 15 degrees. And having my nice coat and a good shell and thermals on, controls the moisture. Then you're warm out there, and it's not bad. When you're not prepared out there, that's when life can suck, and that's when things slow down. So when I have these hiking cleats. Man, those things are awesome. Just don't step on a freaking manhole cover, because those cleats don't dig into steel, and you'll slide, and boom, right on my freaking chest, dude. Watch out for that on tile. But outside of that, what the hell? Outside of that, Jesus. This freaking, I gotta turn those notifications off. Outside of that, those freaking things are awesome, man. Those things are good. It's just so much faster walking around on the ice. So much faster, makes a big difference. Huge. And when you're bundled up and you're nice and it's that cold, Then when it turns to 30, it's like, wow, it's warm out, you know, because you got used to the 15 and the 5-degree weather. Now it's in the 30s and you're like freaking warm out there. Man, yeah, that's the cold, man. But when my body's warm, my hands are warmer. If you're not really dressed up too well with the body, it will take the blood away from your digits, and your hands are gonna be freaking freezing, even though you have gloves on. You know what I mean? I have gloves on, and my hands are like aching. And now, with my new coat, and I'm warmer with my thermals on, I'm outside, freaking gloves on that seem to be thinner, and my hands are okay out there. You know what I mean? That's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. So you keep the body warm, your fingers will stay warmer. The freaking hands, man. Hands and the feet. I wear thermal socks. So, hands and the feet. I've had situations where my feet were freezing, man. Now my feet aren't so freezing. I have a change of socks that I bring with the truck. So, yeah, you get prepared. It's okay. It's just when you're not prepared and it's out there and you're gonna fucking hate life. Yeah, rubber boots. When it gets a little bit warm enough where everything starts to melt and the freaking roads are a river, even though my shoes and my gloves say waterproof, no, they're water resistant. Because having wet feet, man, oh man, those wet feet, it's just not good to walk around in wet feet and when it's 33, 35 degrees and everything's a river. So when you have those nice big rubber boots, you can walk in it, and it's not a big deal. You're like, yeah, a little awkward to walk in these rubber boots, but yeah, it's better than walking around in wet feet and hiking shoes. So yeah, be prepared, and you'll be all right. You know, you'll get over it, and it won't be bad. It's only bad when you're not prepared and you're underdressed. Drink water. Drink water. Stay warm. Wear a hat. It makes a difference. Wearing a freaking hat. It does. So, all right. Well, I'll let you go, and thank you very much. All right. Here we see here. Man. How do I turn this thing off?